Hello, everyone. It's Kerry Ho from thesongbirdtree.com, where we get grounded, take flight, and sing. And welcome to another weekly warm-ups with Kerry live stream, which happens every Monday at 8 p.m. EDT, and which is Tuesday, 10 a.m. AEST. It's so wonderful to be with you here, whether you're here live with me or watching later. So before we get on to today's proceedings, let me just remind you to go and get my free resource, my Ultimate Vocal Warm-Up Guide ebook. It does have 16 of my best vocal warm-ups to help you not only warm up your voice, but actually build a great voice. So make sure you get onto that. The website is just below. It's a free resource that you're going to love. All right, so let's get onto it. We are at episode 10, vocal warm-up to strengthen your head voice and falsetto. Now, before I actually show you the warm-up, I do need to explain to you the difference between head voice and falsetto. Technically speaking, and you might be surprised by this, there is actually no difference between head voice and falsetto. You see, the word falsetto actually comes from an Italian word, and the Italian word means false voice. And basically what the Italians used to use this word to refer to was when men who normally would have, deep bassy voices, because that's just what, men have, when they sung and they flipped into, like, changed gears, they then called that a false voice, because it just felt like it wasn't quite real, and that's what the word falsetto comes from. Okay, and so basically that actually shows us that pretty much it's the same thing. So head voice and falsetto are actually the same thing. Some people do use the word falsetto to depict a sort of more breathy, thin and weaker head voice, but technically speaking that's not quite right. So technically speaking, head voice and falsetto are actually the same thing if we trace right back to our the roots of where that word comes from, which is from the Italian language. And so there we go. That's what it is. Okay. Hello, Izzy. Hello, Robert. Hello, Waverlyn. It's so good to see you all here. It is very exciting to have you. So are we ready, guys? Songbirds, are you ready to get into the vocal warm-up to strengthen your head voice? If you are, raise your hand, give us a clap, give us a smile emoji, whatever you want. Show me that you're ready, and we're going to get right into it, okay? All right, so the very first thing that we need to talk about when we want to strengthen our head voice and not sound weak and breathy and thin and feel very weak is we have to talk about our soft palate. Now, the soft palate is actually what I need you to do, and this is going to feel a bit gross, but if you just stick your finger into your mouth and just go right at the back at the roof of your mouth, you're going to feel a little bit of soft tissue there. That is called your soft palate. Now, you see, when you want to sing high, and particularly you want to sing in a strong head voice, falsetto voice that doesn't crack, that doesn't get breathy and weak, you want to lift that up. So let's just say this is my soft palate, my top hand here, okay? I want to be able to lift that up. So, because when I lift that up, I create space for my vocal folds to vibrate really smoothly and freely. If I don't lift it up, right, the vocal folds don't have as much space to vibrate freely, and therefore it's quite difficult for them, and that's when you start to get a breathy, thin and weak head voice, okay? So I'm going to show you 3 amazing ways to access the soft palate lift, guys. You're going to love this, okay? The first one is, in order to lift the soft palate, I want you to give me a big fat yawn. So you're just going to go as if you're super tired, okay? Now do that again, guys. Now, when you do it again this time, I want you to observe. What do you feel? Are you actually feeling any movement at the top, at the back and the top of the roof of your mouth? You should be feeling a sense of lift there, all right? You try that with me. Come on, everybody. Let's give a big fat yawn. Yeah, now I certainly felt my soft palate lift up, okay? So that is like an amazing way to access the soft palate lift. So what you do is that before you sing a song, before you sing a phrase, sorry, you're going to try and activate that sense of yawn without actually fully yawning, okay? So that's called a pre-yawn stretch, and that is one of the most effective ways to access the soft palate lift, okay? Now, the second way to access the soft palate lift, if you're sort of feeling like, oh, I don't know if that really works for me, because everything is different for, exercises are different and more effective for different people. The second way to access it is to pretend that you're really surprised. So if someone just sort of went, surprise, like you bet, and but a delightful surprise. So not a scared surprise, but a delightful surprise. So can you just pretend right now with me, songbirds, that you are surprised that I've just come bearing gifts, and here is this beautiful gift wrapped up in a gorgeous ribbon right outside your door. You're surprised. You're like, oh, how cool is that, right? So I want you to pretend like that's happened and just sort of go, do a silent, surprised face for me. Now, when you do that, do you feel a sense of that soft palate lifting? If you do, that's another good way for you to access it. So before you sing every phrase, right, you're just going to, I'm surprised and delighted. And then you sing the phrase. And that's going to help you to sing in a beautiful, clear, strong head voice, okay? The third way to access the soft palate lift is by sneezing. So like, achoo! Okay, so everybody do that with me. Just pretend to have a bit of a sneeze for me. 1, 2, 3. Achoo! Okay, now in that before you sneeze, again, it's the prior to the sneeze thing, that there is a movement there, and that is actually your soft palate lifting. Okay, and again, before you sing any phrase, you just sort of make that movement happen, and you're going to be able to access a greater, freer, stronger head voice falsetto. Okay, guys? Right, so there you go. 3 ways to access a soft palate lift: the yawn stretch, the act of surprise and delight, and also the pre-sneeze. Okay, let me know in the comments which one you actually like most. Okay, I'm going to say hello to a few people here. Kilayon, is that how I say your name? Hello. Ravi, really great to see you. Donna from Las Vegas, I'm so happy you made it too, and so are the other songbirds. Hello, Ira from Indonesia. So cool. How do I say this name? Is it John or Jahan? Hello. And Bassett, good to see you. And that is exactly what we are talking about today, Bassett. So you have come to the right place. All right, cool. So everyone, that's your soft palate lift. Now, once we have the soft palate lift in place, it's time to actually do some vocalizing, okay? So remember the soft palate lift though. So as we do these vocalizing, I want you to prepare your throat with the soft palate lift. That's going to super help you to get that clear, strong tone in your head voice. So the exercise is this. It's a hoo, hoo, hoo. So as if you're an owl. We're going to sing 5 notes descending. It goes like this. Hoo, 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 hoo. So there's a little H at the front, guys, but I don't want you to be too loud on the H. I don't want you to be like that, all right? So don't let all the breath come out. Don't get breathy on it. Just very, very softly. Hoo, 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 hoo. Okay, let's go. And hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Now make sure your lips coming together, okay, like that, as if you're about to kiss someone. Are you lifting your soft palate? Songbirds, hopefully you actually felt just a real sense of openness at the back of the throat there when you were doing that exercise, because the exercise itself actually does help you to access that soft palate lift, okay? So there you go. Waverlyn, you're actually finding the exercise really great. That's so cool. Hi, M. Quillant. I'm glad that you love my sessions. I love having you. Vedrena, greetings from Croatia. Oh, that's so cool. Greetings from Australia. Okay, so here we go, guys. That our exercise is amazing to help you access that soft palate lift in another way, but also it just lengthens your vocal tract and helps you to really get those high notes without sounding weak. All right, which we love, don't we? All right, next one. This one's going to be a little bit extreme. So we are actually going to pretend to be opera singers for a little bit, okay? You see, when we're singing in our head voice, right, I actually find that using classical technique is so good for our contemporary singing, because if you listen to opera singers, they all sound amazingly strong. They do not sing in weak, breathy head voices, do they? No, they do not. And often they don't even have a microphone. They're just using all their body, their breath support, breath management, really amazing technique. And so I love to bring classical training into helping you to sing well in your head voice, okay? So what we're going to do is we're all going to pretend to be opera singers. All right, put your opera diva hat on, everybody. Okay, we're going to do an operatic ooh on a fifth slide. So it goes like this. Ooh. You see how I've got lots of vibrato? I'm just like pretending to be an opera diva. So everybody come along with me now. Ooh. Now really exaggerate it. Ooh. Ooh. Now you see how my jaw's really long? That is super important. Ooh. Now you've got to have a lot of fun with this. Remember, you're an opera diva. Wonderful. So that one, again, it just opens up your throat, really gets you being unafraid of your head voice, okay? So, all right, so that's one to keep going on if you feel comfortable to keep going higher. But the point is, the higher we go, the more like an opera singer you need to be, okay? All right, so that's the third exercise. We have one more exercise before we get onto a song together, guys. Now, this exercise, it sort of extends upon the operatic ooh, because we're still going to sing this like an opera singer, but we're going to put some words in there. We're going to get really Italian, okay, very sophisticated, really putting on that opera diva character, okay? Because as I said, this is so good to help you to sing in a head voice that isn't breathy. So it goes like this. Bella signora, bella signora. We're singing beautiful lady. I think that's how you translate that into Italian, okay? Everybody, come along with me. Be an opera singer. Be an Italian opera singer. Let's go. Bella signora, bella signora, bella signora, bella signora, bella signora. Guys, I have to give you a clap because I just know you're all just like, putting your hands together like this and being an opera diva, and I love it. Okay. All right, cool. So this is the most amazing warm-up that I just gave you, 4 exercises to really help you strengthen that head voice. So now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to apply that into a song. As I like to do, I want to make sure that what I teach you in terms of exercises is also applicable straight into the songs that you love to sing. So we're going to use a song by Sam Smith because I just feel like he is like the king of strong head voice falsetto. I love his head voice. So if you don't know who he is or you haven't heard some of his music, please go ahead and check him out. He's definitely an inspiration when it comes to a male singer who has very strong head voice falsetto. It's beautiful. Okay, so let me show you this song. What we are going to do is to sing just the chorus, okay? And what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to sing it applying the hoo, hoo, hoo exercise. Just because, as you saw before, the hoo exercise helps you to really access that soft palate lift, and it just gives so much space in your throat and for your vocal folds to vibrate. Okay, so So it goes like this, just to sing it real quick in case you've never heard the song. So go and find your lyrics if you haven't already. We're only doing the chorus. Latch by Sam Smith. So while you're doing that, I'm just going to sing it once through for you so that you know what the song is. So just the chorus. Now I got you in my space. I won't let go of you. I got you shackled in my embrace. I'm latching on to you. All right, here we go. Now tell me, guys, who knows the song? Hopefully a lot of you do. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to sing the song again, just the chorus on a hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, so everybody come along with me. So, hoo, remember the owl feeling. And hoo, 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 Okay, you got it, guys? All right. Now, just for fun, just because we are doing head voice, okay? Just because we are working our head voice today and we're really getting you to sing strong in the high parts of your voice, we're going to do that one key up. Just for fun. All right, so let's do the hoo, hoo, hoo again. And hoo, 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 hoo. So hopefully you guys are all coming along with me, singing like an owl. All right, now you're going to put the words in there. So now that you've set your voice up and your vocal folds are vibrating a little bit more optimally for head voice, we're going to now put the words in. Okay, ready? And now I've got you in my space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I got you in my space. I won't let go of you. I got you shackled in my embrace. I'm latching on to you. Well done, everybody. Okay. So that is the way you should practice songs in which there's a lot of head voice, where you want to be able to sing strong without sounding breathy and weak. Okay, so guys, I hope that you found that useful. I'm loving your comments, guys. You guys are being very, very kind. It's great that you guys are having a great time. And yeah, so good. Helium balloons. That's funny. That would be really, really funny. The only thing is we'd like to sound nice and not like a chipmunk, but that's okay. That's funny. Okay, Donna, you said you loved that exercise. I don't know which exercise you were talking about, but yeah, let me know. Okay, so Waverlyn loves the song choice. Yay! My pleasure. All right, so guys. All right, so what we're going to do now, guys, is it's basically live Q&A time. So put your questions, any singing technique questions in the comments, and I will attempt to answer a few of them. All right. Okay. So while you are doing that, while I'm waiting for your questions, again, I'm just going to let you know. Excuse me. I'm just going to let you know that, if you do want to work with me one-on-one, I do private lessons. I work with singers from all around the globe on Skype. It is the most amazing job ever. I absolutely love my job. And if you ever get to a point where you'd love that personal help to really take your voice to the next level, do make sure that you do go and check out my website and check out the one-on-one coaching options. At the moment, I am offering a 20%, up to 20% off discount, especially during COVID, just to offer a little bit more extra support to singers, because I just know that at the moment mental health is something that we really need to look after in ourselves, and singing is definitely something that helps us stay mentally healthy. So just a little bit of a gesture to offer a bit more support there. Okay, so let me have a look at some of the questions. Actually, I haven't got any questions yet. Donna, you're saying you love my teaching style. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate that. Okay, how to sing falsetto in head voice, because mine gas, no breath, only tone. I'm not exactly understanding your question, Bassett, but I am guessing you're asking me how to sing without being breathy. If that is the case, then it's basically you need to practice the warm-ups that I just took you through today. The main thing is that we need to, in order to sing with a head voice, guys, that is super strong without, getting crazy, thin and weak and breathy, is we need to have everything set up right in our body, our instruments. Okay. We need to make sure that the throat is open, and that's why we did all the exercises we did today, to just make sure that you lift the soft palate, that you've got that space in your vocal tract so that your vocal folds can vibrate very freely in order to get those notes without breathiness. The other thing is that you do need to learn how to breathe well and correctly and properly for singing. Go and check out, I've got so many videos that talk about breathing techniques, so go and check that out too to help you there. Okay, and just keep practicing. It's not something that happens overnight, but it does happen after faithful practice. You'd love to work with me, Donna. Awesome. So I'm going to put in my email, guys, and I'll just get you guys to email me. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put the link. I'm going to put the link to my actual website. It has all the information there. Okay, so you can just go and check it out. Here we go. All right, so I've just posted the link there, Donna. You go check that out. And if you have any questions, make sure that you send me an email from my website. I would absolutely love to work with you too. All right, Jenna Lynn is asking, what are your biggest tips to develop your mix? All right, so this is such a big topic, but let me just share a few. Okay, so one or two. So the first thing is when we're talking about a mixed voice, guys, what are we actually talking about? We're talking about singing in a way in which our chest voice and our head voice is actually together on the same note, right? We're actually using both chest voice and head voice together, correct? All right? Yes. All right. So when you think about it that way, then you've got to make sure that two of those elements of your register is strong, is good. All right? In the chest voice region, you need to make sure that you don't pull up in your chest voice. So you're not doing anything like this, la, 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 and just like pulling everything up. If you're pulling up your chest voice, that is actually not a strong chest voice. That is a strained chest voice. Okay. So you need to learn how to let go of your chest voice. All right. So the first thing is to sing in a way that there is no strain. And guess what? Next week's live stream, everybody, a little bit of a plug here, is going to be all about vocal warm-up for no straining, okay? So that's the first thing you need to learn. If you don't learn how to not strain, that is going to, you're always going to be struggling with pulling up your chest voice, okay? One really quick thing that you can do is to sing a blah, blah, blah really lazily like this. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. See how I'm not pulling anything up? I'm not going blah, 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 blah. Everything is let go. So that would be one tip for me that I want to share with you, is to make sure that you learn how to sing in a chest voice without pulling. The second one is you've got to strengthen your head voice, because that's the second element, right? And everything we did today is all about strengthening head voice. So if you can start there and get those two things, individually working well, that's your first step towards actually being able to develop a great mix. But watch this space, songbirds, because I will be doing a whole live stream on the mix sometime in the next few weeks. Okay, so make sure you, just really get onto that. Okay. Donna, you've been following me for years. So good. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you. All right. So Bassett is saying, no, I want to perform breathy head voice. Mine is naturally breathless. And an example is the falsetto in the song God is a Woman by Ariana Grande. So you want to be able to perform breathy head voice. I'm still not quite understanding your question, Bassett. So you want to be breathy? Yeah, I'm not quite understanding. I'm sorry. If you can just clarify your question a bit more, that would be amazing. All right, guys. Anyone else have any questions for me? I have a couple more minutes left, so if there are any other questions, I would be happy to answer them. All right. So while you guys are thinking through some more questions, also just want to remind you that, go and get my free gift. my free gift at the website, the Ultimate Vocal Warm-Up Guide ebook. Yeah, it's just something that's going to help you to warm up well and to also build your voice. The website is there. All right. Now, guys, if there's no more questions, we're basically going to say goodbye. So, but actually, before we do that, let me just remind you, as I said before, next week's live stream, do not miss this one. This is all about a vocal warm-up or a vocal workout to stop straining. Okay, which, as I explained before, is such an important element to singing well in your mixed voice. But actually, it's just an important thing overall, right? No matter what we're singing and what songs we're singing and what voice we're using and what register we're using, we do not want to be straining. That's never a good thing to be doing. Okay, so make sure that you do join me live next week for that one. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so Bassett, you've just said that you want to be breathy. Okay, so are you telling me that you normally sing really clearly and you want to now be breathy? If that's the case, that's actually a really good problem to have. Okay, so I guess if you want to be breathy, what you want to do is really just release the air a little bit quicker. So you take a really good breath in, and then you actually let the release be a bit quicker. So normally I'd be saying the opposite. Normally I'd be saying, guys, for great vocal technique, and especially to sing in a head voice that's strong, we want to make sure that we're taking in a good breath by expanding our rib cage, and then we're actually keeping open and letting the air out slowly, all right? And not letting our ribs collapse very quickly, and therefore letting all this air just sort of rush out. But if you actually want to sound breathy, like that's an effect that you want to use in your pop singing, especially to sing something like Ariana Grande, then what you do is just you release the air quicker. Okay. So that would be, but you know what? You're not the only person who's asked me that question, Bassett. So I'm actually going to take that on board as a potential idea for another live stream. And it's going to be something along the lines of how to sing breathy without actually, no, let's call it this: how to add breathiness into your singing without sounding breathless. Okay, so I'm going to take that on board as another topic that I will do one day. Okay, all right. Wait, playing a high note perfectly, what would be a good thought? So you mean like an actual thought? So I think we talked about this before, I'm pretty sure, but when we want to hit a high note perfectly, we want to think down. We don't want to think reaching up. We don't want to be like, oh my goodness, that high note is so high, and because that is actually what we tend to do. We tend to get really stressed out when we're hitting high notes, and we reach for it, and subconsciously in our minds the thought is actually reaching, yeah, but we've got to think down. Absolutely just thinking, that note, it's just down there. I can see it. I'm going to step on it, and I find using your body to sort of do that is actually really helpful. So whether you actually take a lunge forward or you bob down in your whole body, or you pretend like you've got a tennis ball, you're going to throw it down or something like that, I always find that helps with the thinking as well. So I hope that answered your question. All right. I am going to, so Jenna Lynn, I hopefully did actually answer your question about running out of breath. Yep. So it's all about the rib cage stretch and then slowly letting it out and not, too much. Okay, cool. Well, Songbirds, once again, thank you so much for being with me. I am so grateful for those of you who are joining live. It really means the world to me that you're actually here. And I know for some of you, it's a ridiculous time in the middle of the night, or really, really early morning. Like the sun hasn't even come out yet. So I really, really am grateful. I really hope you found this useful. Make sure you revisit this workout again, so that you can continue to develop the strength in your head voice. Remember, next week we are doing vocal warm-up to stop straining, which you are absolutely going to find very, very useful, no matter what genre you sing, no matter, what register you want to sing in as well. So I hope that I see you there. All right. Thank you so much, Songbirds. Have the most amazing day. You know that I am always believing in you. So why don't you get out there, get grounded, take flight, and sing. Bye. Take